Good day. Today we're going to do lesson plan number 4, grade 1, term 2 revision. Remember, we're revising the concepts they've done in term 1. This is then your link to CAPS. So you're going to pause here and you could quickly have a look. Then we're going to go to the resources in the dictionary. Remember to check your resources and then your dictionary word. Very important concept that we're doing here today. At this level, you're going to ask the child or the learners questions like, I think there are 10 peas in the pot. Remember, they need to check then if there are 10 peas and then compare what you were thinking and what's actually in the container or the pot. I want you to pause and to go through this. Then welcome back. We're going to look at the daily routine. The daily routine, you're going to ask those questions again. I want you to pause and ask the questions. Then we're going to go on to the counting activity. The counting activity, we're going to work between the number range 0 and 20 with the focus on 11 to 20. Again, we got certain steps to follow. We're first going to do it with objects, concrete objects. Then you can use our counting library. You can visit then SA Teacher eStore. Then what we're going to do is we're going to do the counting rhyme. We're going to count forwards and backwards between 11 to 20. And then you're going to ask questions such as what comes after 16, what comes before 17, what number or numbers are between 14 and 18. So I want you to pause and ask questions like this. Then we're going to do the mental mathematics. It's similar to what we have done already. So I want you to look at the 3 numbers and then ask it orally and then ask the child to give you the answer from the biggest to the smallest. Remember, your answers are always here in red. I want you to pause. Okay, welcome then to today's activities. So what you're going to do today, we need some counters, beads, biscuits, sweets, stones, anything that you can pack out. So we're going to pack out the counters like this. And then with a pen on a piece of paper, you're going to make a hoop up to 4 and then 1 hoop. Now you're going to say 1 more than 4 is, and we can count it 5. And then this one, we're going to say 1 less than 5 is 4. So just between the number range 0 and 5, you're going to do it. And every time you just do 1 more and 1 less. Very important that they see these drawings that you are making, because this is how we prepare them for number line work later on. Then the next activity is where you're going to say double 2 or 2 and 2 is 4. So very important when you're going to double 2 that they understand that the word double means we're going to say 2 and 2. Double 1 means 1 and 1. So we just stay between the number range 0 and 5. So we only going to work with double 1 and double 2. Nothing wrong to challenge them to ask them a double 3. Then the next one, what you're going to do is you're going to make use of a grid like this. So what you do is you draw 5 squares, and then in the first one you place 2 counters, and here you place 3 counters. And then here you've got a second drawing, and what they're going to do is they're going to move these 2 counters into this position and these 3 counters into that position. So we see then 2 plus 3 is 5. So they start to recognize a whole group of 5. You can do then a variety every time, and every time it needs to be equal to 5. Let's then just go over the activities for today. You've probably done most of them, where we give the learners counters and fixed blocks to count. Um, so what they need to do is they need to count it, and as they count it, they move it. Um, then we're going to give them counter shape speeds, number lines, unifix blocks, the 5 grids card like we did previously or the previous days. Um, those of you that got the lesson plans, you can go to term 1's week 5, day 2, all these lesson plans and revise it. But it's all summarized here in the stop activity. Then lastly, you're going to give the learners 4 and then 5 counters. Ask them how many cups with 2 counters each they can make. So you're going to divide it. Remember, when you're going to give 5 counters, there's going to be 1 left, and they need to tell you that. Then again, is we're going to do a similar number line activity like we did in the previous lessons. And then lastly, your measurement activity for today is you're going to give the learners 2 objects to hold, and you're going to ask which one is lighter. Um, what you need to do is you need to bring in all these words: lighter, heavier, heaviest. I want you then to pause and then do all these activities with your learners or your child. Here again, on the concrete in the representative level, we just repeat. But what's very important is the problem solving activities. You will see all the problem solving activities, they still do it in context. So they do it through stories. I'm going to pause and you can read through this. But all these activities will be in their worksheets and you can do it then from there. So let's quickly go to the worksheet. So here you got your worksheets, all the work that we've done previously. I'm working with unifix blocks, counters, um, do these questions, and then the problems, the word problems will then be question number 5 and question number 6. Let them make use of the pictures. And if you have real life objects, it doesn't have to be exactly these. Also use those while you're doing these questions. Then we already done the problem solving, and then you're going to do the consolidation like you did it the previous days.